And
all right, hey guys, it's Chris and Jacob with Mid Tennessee Hikes, and we're here today to give you some advice on how to keep yourself a little more comfortable, keep the rain off you a little bit while it's raining on the hike.
there's no way to stay perfectly dry, but these tips should help you kind of mitigate some of the just soaking wet that's going to occur.
Exactly. And that's the thing. You got to get in the mindset before leaving, you are going to get wet. You don't want to spend the whole time you're hiking trying to fend off, make sure that you're not getting wet out and all that kind of stuff. So just let yourself get wet. It's fine.
It's going to happen. Put the wet clothes on the next day. So,
Exactly.
We're going to start with the most obvious piece of gear.
Talk with this very bright blaze orange thing we got here.
I call it yellow.
Yeah.
Colors. Relative.
Whatever. Yeah, these are the Frog Togs. They super lightweight. These are the ultralight versions. Jacob earlier mentioned he has the slightly older version.
I've got the original. It's a lot heavier, a little thicker, and definitely doesn't pack down quite as nice as these do.
These pack down really low, really inexpensive for what they do. Pretty close to 100% water barrier. So that definitely keeps the water off you. You will sweat inside them because they are hot, but again, if you just need to keep the cold rain off you, this will trap in your body heat, but it'll keep you warm. So if you're hiking in spring and fall when nippy temps are an issue, take your shirt off, like I think you did on this last trip, and you just wore this. Me, I like a little layer underneath, so I wore this quick dry long sleeve shirt underneath. Like I said, it still trapped a little bit of the sweat moisture, but overall kept me warm while we were hiking. When we got to camp, I could take my wet stuff off, put on dry clothes, and put this back on because this doesn't hold any water, so it's not gonna soak your dry clothes once you put it on. So
it's a nice versatile piece of gear as well because you can use it as a windbreaker as well if you need it for just a little bit of extra warmth. Make it part of your layering system.
Yep.
And you'll be good to go.
Yeah.
It's bare minimum. There's no pit zips, nothing, no pockets, nothing fancy.
It's not fancy.
But it does absolutely what you need it to do, which is to keep rain off of you.
And what I liked is that it comes with the rain pants, which function real well. On this trip, we opted to leave the rain pants at home, just brought the jacket, and instead went with a rain skirt. Now this is just a quick DIY one that I did in
quick and dirty.
About 30 minutes in my house.
Polypro plastic?
The 2 mil plastic, drop cloth, some duct tape, folded over, and some shop cord, and just a rain skirt.
You can tell it is loud, and it was loud in the trail. But tell you what,
it
super awesome. I've never felt so well ventilated while walking.
This, in combination, actually, this only would have worked because obviously if you're wearing pants, your lower legs are going to get wet. That's just going to happen. So we also opted for running shorts. Now, these have multiple advantages. We'll probably talk about them later on another gear talk, gear we like. But for the advantage, super lightweight, super quick dry. They're off, they're way up high in the kilt, so they keep plenty of room below. Nothing's going to get wet on them, so super nice. Also, the liner on the inside, no underwear, makes everything nice and breezy. Super nice, keeps everything cool. So this was mine at least, favorite piece of rain combination right here. Kept me mostly dry, aside from sweat, on the trail, and it was amazing. So
I am now a convert to the skirt.
Absolutely.
After trying it out, I was a little skeptical of how it was going to be that much better, but it actually is.
Easy to put on and off.
Yep. I didn't miss pants at all. I was actually very happy to have this.
Super functional. Speaking of which, you step down, and the other item is having some type of boots or minimalist shoes or boots that will not only be breezy and airy when it's not raining, but when it is raining, water will get in them. That's just a fact of life. You walk through a puddle or even just rain on them, water is going to get in them. These mesh-style boots will allow that water to come back out. The less padding, the less leather coverage you have, the quicker they're going to dry out and the better you're going to like that feel in the morning when you go to put your boots back on.
it rains, it gets wet. So I've hiked in Gore-Tex. It eventually will wet out.
Yep.
And then they will never dry out. I mean, I was out there for days, and they still didn't dry out until I got home. So it's nice. Just I like to have something a little more airy. That, like you were saying, it's just going to go ahead and get wet. I just accept it. I don't waste any extra energy trying to walk around puddles or through creek crossings. I just go right through it, and I can worry about dry feet when I get to camp.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, it goes with that socks, I guess.
These socks in Gingy, toe socks, changed my life, and I'm not even kidding. Or changed my trail life. I'm not even kidding. The fabric, it feels a little weird at first if you're not used to toe socks or 5 fingers or anything like that. If you're not used to things between your toes like that, it does feel a little strange at first. But one hike and one day on a trail, and it will change your life. We hiked 2 solid days. What was
Hard
it?
days.
30 plus miles.
Over 30 miles.
Over 30 miles.
In the rain.
Constant rain the whole time. Feet were drenched. Not a single blister. And as you know, if you've ever hiked in the rain, when your shoes get wet, your wet skin swells, it rubs together, creates hot spots, that creates blisters. This mitigated all of that. It was beautiful.
I think you've got like a midweight there.
Yeah, these are the midweights. I also have a pair of the.
I've got some of the lightweights. It feels like a dress sock.
Yeah, super thin, but super lightweight. So
it's really
amazing,
nice on the foot.
Amazing work. Yeah, and they were fantastic.
So you did a little something out there that I didn't do. I just wasn't. I don't know. I just can't do it. I can't do it in the city even. So there was no way I was going to be able to do it in the woods. But you did it and you liked it.
This was my first experience. Now I've seen a lot of guys. Not a lot. I've seen a few guys using trail umbrellas, and I was super skeptical. Of the umbrella. Didn't know how it was going to work. Didn't want to spend the money on one, knowing that it wasn't going to work. But went ahead and I was looking at options. I was actually in Walmart in the camp chair section. They had these little umbrellas that go with the camp chair. And it's got another component that clips to the bottom that clips onto the chair, which is the heavy piece. But this only weighs about 8 ounces, which is barely more than what those very expensive camp umbrellas cost. This cost me $4.99.
So if it tore up and you lost it or you didn't like it, you don't feel bad.
Exactly. Super lightweight. It doesn't have a handle, but to be honest, I didn't even miss it. When you open it up, let's see. Let's go ahead and do it. There's actually a really wide umbrella.
That's a good bit of coverage there.
Yeah. Getting some bad luck in here.
You could, I'd say you could probably even, take your duct tape and wrap it around the handle if you wanted a little something more substantial.
Yeah. But it has tremendous coverage, super lightweight. Really didn't bother me holding it with my hand. The other advantage too was that I could just deploy it and take it down as needed. So if we're walking through narrow sections, I just closed it down. When we were in the opened it back up. But it kept me quite dry. I don't know if I take it every time, but if I'm going on a trip where I know for sure it's going to rain most of the time, I'm probably going to take this again for as little as it weighs, because it was real nice. Even just around camp, just to hold it up. So it was a good choice.
I think one of the underseen or underappreciated is a brimmed hat.
Brimmed hat. Any type of brim, doesn't matter what it is, cheap ball cap, nice sombrero hat, whatever it is, just something to keep the rain out of your eyes while you're hiking down the trail, because nothing will get you more frustrated than just being pegged in the eyeballs.
And it will happen.
It will happen. So yeah, that can't be appreciated enough.
You go with the standard ball cap. I actually have an outdoor research with a foldable bill that's made out of quick dry material. Yeah. That's probably my fave for the outdoors.
May try to upgrade to that, because this when it does get wet, it does stay in. But because it's that cardboard brim, when it gets wet, it still stays in place, and it's far enough off my face that it keeps most of the rain out. So this was cannot be appreciated enough.
Yep. I mean, those are what we basically used out there on the trail. Yep. We still got wet. I mean, there's just
you're going it's gonna happen, but this went a long way towards making us feel way more comfortable.
It keeps you comfortable. And that's what you want to do out there. You're not necessarily trying to stay dry. You're trying to stay comfortable.
Exactly.
You get to camp, you put your dry clothes on, and then the next day you put the wet clothes back on.
Exactly. Exactly.
So you don't have to spend a lot of money. As you see, all these items are really fairly cheap.
Everything here was really inexpensive, except for the shoes.
Yeah, but the shoes are the most expensive thing we have here.
Yeah. So and
homemade,
those you're going to spend money on anyway. So.
Yep. Homemade, these what, 20, 30 bucks? Depending on where you
20
find them.
Amazon.
Yeah,
Amazon special.
You go to get these clothing at a fairly cheap price. And like you said, the umbrella, $5.
Yeah, I think the socks are probably the next most expensive thing.
Which is ridiculous. So footwear,
$20 socks. But
so don't go out and feel like you have to spend $600 on a ring.
Yeah, you don't. Absolutely not. Again, the idea is just anything non-permeable that's going to keep the water off from you. That's the only thing.
Yep. Any other tips you'd like to leave?
Think that's it. Again, this is just for on the trail. Make sure your pack is waterproof.
yes, absolutely. That'll be a different story, right?
Doesn't have to be expensive, just trash bags. But yes, that'll be another post.
If you've got any great tips that maybe you think we could use or somebody else could use, feel free to share. I always like to look at new techniques and tricks.
Exactly.
And then we'll hit you next time with another, gear we like video.
Exactly.